Can you hear now? That's it. I didn't have my extreme should be coverage on the most undervalued companies. Okay. So everybody can hear it now, right? I didn't realize. Can everybody confirm you can hear? Hello? I'm so stupid. I didn't realize I needed I didn't realize I had to be. Okay. It's obvious, but I didn't realize I had to have my face in the stream. Okay. Oh boy. Wow, I can't believe I did that. Well, that's how you learn, right? I've been having some real audio problems, and it's ruining some of my videos. I spend like so many hours doing a video. Like today's video this morning, it just doesn't sound good. It's so annoying. So I ordered a new mic. Hopefully, the new mic. But anyways, and I bought an expensive mic. It cost almost $200. This mic. So yeah, so I was doing Robinhood. I do think the stock will go up, but it just looks so weird. I just can't figure this stuff out. Let me show you what I mean. How do I add? So it was all in the first quarter of 2021. It looks like the financials got real messed up. It looked fine going in 2019 and 20. It looked actually really good, but in the first quarter, they reported this $1.5 billion loss in other income and expenses. So even though they had just in the first quarter, they reported $100 million in operating income. So after paying all their expenses, they had $500 million in revenue, $100 million in operating income, which is pretty good for one quarter for a company that's pretty new. But they had a $1.5 billion loss, which is, and they don't have. This was in the first quarter, so they were a private company in the first quarter. They went public last month, so we don't have access to the first quarter financials. So we don't know exactly what it is, but it has something to do with a loss on debt, which I'm not used to seeing in other income and expenses. And you could see at the end of 2020, they had negative 55 million of equity. So their liabilities are pretty close to their assets. And then in the first quarter, negative 1.5 billion of equity. And I don't have the 10Q, so I don't really, it's hard to really know what exactly the stuff is. But they had 5.5 billion of receivables. Like why would Robinhood have receivables? Because they don't sell anything. They have a service. Like Apple might have receivables. Say they sent $100 million of phones to Best Buy, and Best Buy was going to pay in 6 months. So they have to, when Apple sends the phones to Best Buy, they have to book a receivable. But they don't have any products to sell. It's just a service. So the only receivables I can think of is like fees. Like someone owes them fees. Anybody have any idea what it could be? Okay, maybe I'm alone on this one. It's hard to really talk about. In the video, I talked about a little bit, but I really didn't know exactly what the stuff was. And they have $3.4 billion of restricted cash. Another item, I'm not really sure what that is. If I had the financials, they might be able to tell us in there. But I did find somewhere it talked about the $1.4 billion loss. Robinhood IPO filing reveals $1.4 billion loss. It was already on Yahoo Finance when they reported their first quarter financials. It wasn't anything new. I don't think many people look at the financials, maybe. Robinhood trading app that's empowered and users reveal that it lost $1.4 billion in the first 3 months of the year. The company also said its revenues look really good. It's it went from 278 million to 1.4 billion in revenue. That's funny. The revenue is the same as the loss amount. The company also said Robinhood follows production in the United States. Is anybody investing in Robinhood? I think it will go up a lot, but I just won't invest. Robinhood soared to find in the first 3 months of the year. It lost 1 point in the quarter, but that was ultimately due to $1.5 billion change in the value of debt, liabilities, and warrants. Okay, that's interesting. That's actually a little more information than I found earlier. I wish I had this for the video. So it was a 1.5 billion change in the value of debt liabilities. Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of is receivables from order flow. I think I said that in the video. I just taped like an hour ago. But did you guys know? I didn't realize that 80%, 81% of their revenue comes from PFOF, payment for order flow, which is crazy, 81%. Because when I worked at banks and other companies, we made the most money on the cash that was in people's accounts. Like all the cash that sits in your brokerage account, the company can lend it out to other people on margin, or they can invest it. And that's how you make the money. But 81%. So when you place an order with Robinhood, say you place an order to buy a stock for $10. Robinhood go options trading. Yeah, options trading. That's where a lot of it's from, is options trading. But I'm just trying to explain it to you guys for who doesn't understand it. And I just learned it today, and I didn't even realize how common this was. It's pretty new, or at least not new, but it hasn't been used this much since I could show you. You can see in 2018, $840 million was generated from this, and it tripled to 2.4 billion. And you can see Robinhood, this light blue line is their portion, and you can see how much it grew. So anyways, so if Robinhood, if you place a trade with Robinhood to buy a stock for $10, and they find the stock for $9, they charge you $10 because that's the order you placed, and they pocket $1. That's really simplified what it is, but it's a little more complex than that. They actually sell like millions of trades out to market makers, who then try to match up your trades or in the market, and then the difference between the bid-ask spread is how much they get. So I don't think Robinhood, they probably make like a penny maybe on a trade, or maybe even a half a penny, but they have so many millions of trades going through that it adds up to so much money. IBKR has options too. I don't understand what the mode is. IBKR? Or Interactive Brokers? Why do you think they have a moat? Do they charge no fees also? Is this like similar to Robinhood? So yeah, so these companies make their money on their cut of the bid-ask spread, which is actually is kind of like not looked highly upon. And the person who really got this popular was actually Bernie Madoff. He was the one who got this, who started doing payment for order flow. I wouldn't say payment for order flow is an illegal activity or anything like that. What he did was illegal, but he just happened to be one of the people who got this to be really popular. But I think there's a decent chance the SEC will ban it, because it kind of like, it doesn't align the broker with the customer. It puts the broker on a separate level. And yeah, because if you put a trade in for $10 and your broker can get it for $9, they should sell it to you for $9. They shouldn't be there to make money off of you not putting in the right trade amount. But like I said, I don't know that much about it. I just actually learned about it today. So I'll find out more. If you heard something in their filing about risks due to percent of revenue from Dogecoin trading. Yeah, they offer free Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin. Because the purpose of like these companies, they shouldn't have any risk in the game. They should just, well, before Robinhood, it was just they would get fees per trade. So there's zero risk. They would just you put your order in, the broker would find someone to sell the order to you, sell the stock to you, and that's it. They would take a fee. But now with this no fee, it's kind of like a little kind of shady. They have to find other ways to make money. It has been part of, yeah, I don't think they'll ban it either, but I do think, because it is needed, certain companies do need to have this. They just don't have the resources, but I could see it being like either regulated or something in place where companies can't benefit. They're benefiting so much. I mean, 80% of their revenue is coming from this. So they're making most of their money from this. So, I mean, they should get paid because they are doing a service, but yeah, you know, so maybe they'll just change the rules. Maybe they'll like cap it. They can't, like if Robinhood does make a certain amount of money on a trade, they have to, because I think what most brokers would have done in the past is that if they could save you $1 on a trade, they would just give it all back to you because they're making their fee regardless. So they don't have to find ways to make money off of you. But since Robinhood doesn't charge a fee, they have to find ways. I thought that maybe they can just sell ad space or something. They have so many customers. Average hood account is, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It's all, the average age is 26. So, I mean, when I was 26, yeah, I didn't have money to invest. It took me till I was 30 to start getting a decent sum money built up. But you're not making as much money when you get out of school and you're paying off loans and things like that. The exchanges pay them for order flow. Right. They sell off the orders. But the thing is, they're selling it to not just the exchanges, to like these high frequency trading firms that take in these millions of trades to try to they're kind of circumventing the exchange. They're going around the exchange. Yeah, I'm just learning about this. I didn't even realize order flow. It's interesting. Well, maybe it just wasn't talked about too much. But yeah, a lot of negative things with this company. I mean, every company gets sued and things like that. It just, they were fined $57 million by FINRA, which is the highest fine they've ever given. That was because they misled investors in March 2020. And I'm not just talking about the shadiness or like the things like this that come out. It's just like all the people complain. About Robinhood. Any stock anybody wants me to look up, we could look at their financials. Anybody read dark pools? Yeah, dark pools. Yeah, I saw that mentioned when I was reading about this earlier. IBKR founded by. Yeah, these trades, like instead of going to the exchange, they go to a dark pool to get executed. It's crazy, just the idea of it. So lost $1.4 billion. So it had debt, liabilities, and warrants. Not, yeah. But so you think it's the receivables are probably the fees owed to them from that's the only thing that makes sense to me too. This 5.5 billion of receivables. Because if you look at their statement of cash flows, like 2019 and 20 looks great. Over $1 billion, almost $2 billion of operating cash flow. And it's almost all free cash flow because they don't really have much in CapEx. But then in the first quarter, they have in the trailing 12 months, I guess, they have negative $5 billion of accounts receivables. And so their cash flow looks really bad because of that. But I guess I don't know why they don't get paid right away, but it's not like I mentioned that too in my video. In Robinhood, at least in the article I read, it said Robinhood restricted trading in GameStop in order to meet collateral requirements at their clearinghouse. And then they got sued. But that's probably pending, right? That lawsuit, I don't think it's settled yet. Okay. Well, I'm glad I'm figuring out the live stream. So I'm going to try to try to get some other YouTubers to see if they want to do a live stream with me. I think that would be good. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Thanks for coming.